Okay. We are setting ourselves up here. Got it straight. Okay. All right, guys. Well, we are back in Snowrunner. All right. So I picked up this trailer and I've got to bring it over here to the farm for farming tools. Um, so it's just a curtain solder. And then I've got let's see. Let's bring this out a little bit. So I've got that one to do. I've got to do the drilling site. So that means I've got to go over to Smithville Dam apparently, get a drill and bring it back over here. Now, I've done that one before, but in saying that, I don't remember how I did that one. So yeah, it should prove interesting. Good evening, Mr. Bunny. How are you today, ma'am? Anyway, we're gonna go get this curtain solder. We'll get it to the farm real quick. Then we're going to go up north. And yes, we are using P16. I do have other trucks. I actually retained all my trucks from Alaska and shipped them here. Well, not necessarily here, but in the garage over there. Oh, nope. Kind of do it. Yep. And we put the upgraded engine. I'm doing all right. And there we go. So we got the farm tools in over here. I did some work over on Alaska. I'll show you real quick. Give me just a second. Let's handbrake that and stop engine. And then we'll pop over to the global map real quick. Pop over into Alaska Mountain River. So what we did, is this Mountain River? No, not Mountain River. Hang on a minute. Wrong one. I thought it was, no, it's White Valley. That's the one. So what we did here is I actually fixed this bridge. Hey, brother. All right, man. I'll catch up with you shortly. So we fixed this bridge. We fixed this bridge. And there was a blockage here to the tunnel, and we fixed that. So that's our way to get back and forth to Northport, which is the initial map that you come in on. So normally when you go to that on Northport, it's blocked. So you actually have to go through a couple of other maps to get to here to fix this. And here, right on this spot right here, well, in this spot, this area right here, I mentioned to Damo and Dust Bunny the other day, I was playing this and I turned over. So let me get back to this garage real quick. Let's just go in the garage real quick. So I want to show you guys something. Um, I flipped. Nope. Yep. I flipped that truck over. I flipped that truck over. Where is it? And I flipped that truck over. I flipped 3 trucks in that little batch of area. Just trying to get um what was it? Small pipes and a concrete block up to the tunnel to repair it. So I wound up finally going, I actually got this out. Um, and I took this one out, and wait, what? Oh, never mind. Ultras. So yeah, I took this one out, and I was able to pull that one back onto its rubber, that one and that one all back onto the rubber. So just with that one big cat right there. Of course, I didn't have any fuel left by the time it was done, but we got it done. It was interesting. Anyway, let me out. Let me out. What are you doing, thing? Oh, never mind. Let's get back to our P16. Oh, for crying out loud. What time? It's afternoon. We'll change the time a little bit. Okay. Now, we are off. Now, what I'm going to do is I got to go up to... yeah, I got to go get the curtain side trotter. Oh, no. Having anybody watch me on that one would probably not have been a good idea, because there were a few words that I was saying that were not family friendly at all. I mean, literally none at all. Bad, very bad. So yeah, it was probably a good thing I did not stream that. Anywho, we gotta go get the curtain solder for the motel. And I think I have to do a couple of other things for the... I think I have a couple of other things I've got to do for the drill site too. I just can't remember offhand what it is. So we're going to go ahead and finish up the other ones. We did get all of our logging done. I did that a little earlier today. The logging was interesting because we were running around. That's one of the reasons the White Western Star had the logging medium logs attachment on it, because I used it to carry 2 more loads of medium logs, one to the town center and one to the farm, which then kind of made it to where we were good to go. That was very interesting. I actually wound up hitting a stump and blew the front tire on the Western Star. Not nearly as much fun as it sounded like. And with the logs on there and the raised chassis on that White Western Star, made it very, very interesting getting around corners and stuff like that, especially considering the way I went. So that was fun. This is true. I mean, I could have used this one. I could have used the P16. Unfortunately, one of the problems is that the logging trailer for the P16 seems to be possessed. Not sure why, but it seems to be possessed. It goes like, as long as it's got a load on it, it seems to be fine. But the minute the logs come off, that thing just loses its mind. Just like it's done. Yep. It ain't playing. And I'm not going to put it on here so that I can show you. If you want to see that, you can go look at some of the past things I've done. Yeah, this is the P16 that I found in Drummond Island. Except for the fact that the only thing I've changed up is the color. It's yellow. When you get it, it's yellow, white and green. I think it's yellow, white, and green. I turned it into sort of like the Harley Davidson colors. Except Harleys are normally more black with a little bit of orange, not orange with a little bit of black. But still, It's close. We'll just call him. We'll call him Harley. That's fine. That'll work. Yeah, we did name this one Grizzly Adams because this one just, I mean, it just goes. Like, if it doesn't have rocks in the way, it's fine. Like mud or, I mean, like mud. Like, it's like, what? Mud? What mud? Hey, Mr. Thin, how you doing, brother? All right, well, I appreciate you popping in, Mr. Thin. Um, no, I'm not naming it Harley. I thought about it, but I'm not. It's going to keep Grizzly. Um, I appreciate you very much, Mr. Thin. I hope you're taking care of yourself. I was glad I got to watch you on your FS25 the other night. That was interesting, especially you dancing around the pole. That was rather amusing. Um, I couldn't resist that comment on there, Mr. Thin. My apologies, but anyway, you take care of yourself at work, good sir. Be safe, and yeah, appreciate you popping through. We are going. Yeah, we're going this way. You know, them putting poles out in the middle of a pasture just, yeah, it doesn't make no sense. But, you know, I mean, it is what it is because I can't remember. Can I get there from here? All right, Mr. Thin, take care of yourself, brother. No, I can't get in there. I, um, I brought I can't remember what I brought over here. I think it might have been the Chevy I brought over here, and I was able to sneak through one of these little gaps. Don't hit that. I don't need to mess up more of the truck. I just need to get this curtain solder and get it down there. And then I need to have a look. Oh wait, no. I don't remember what I did. Never mind. It's fine. Because that's where I need to go right there. And normally I bail off right there. Or rather right there. Um, but I can't remember now. I don't know. Let's see. Maybe I should go. I could get down right there. I think. We about to find out for science or something to that effect. In saying that though, this is not the heaviest truck I have anymore. So if I happen to flip this bad boy, um, I got something that can go pick it up eventually. Alright, so where are we gonna go? Yep, that looks like a good spot to go down right there. And we'll just take this tree out with us, because that can slow our descent. Oops, oh well, it is what it is. Alright, that's one way to do it. Yeah, I think I came down here with the Chevy the last time. Yeah, I think that was it. I think the Cat is the heaviest truck I have now. It's very heavy, and it's very difficult to make it turn over too. I mean, I just kind of like how this thing just bounces through everything. I don't care. I just, it just bangs through everything. It doesn't care. I probably should go out the other way. Probably. But where would the fun be in that, right? I mean, I could go up here and come out and be back out on Main Road. And I've got to get it back down. Let me turn this around. I got to get it back down here. So I really don't see the sense. I might as well just go this way. Yeah. The P-16's a one-man demolition team. What are you talking about? This thing is just... I did put a high saddle on this bad boy because eventually I do have to go get that drill. And I can't remember how I got it last time. Fortunately, I have to go to Smithville Dam to go get it. But in saying that, at least I have a garage in Smithville Dam. So if I need, like if I absolutely have to have a crane, I have trucks that I can just quickly shift over there with cranes. So that's not a problem. Yeah, this is the spot I need to come out of here. We'll see how well this thing makes this turn. You gotta start turning about 5 miles back to actually get it to make the turn. So there you go. All right, we can go to the motel, drop this off, and that should stick us on the last leg of what we have to do here in Black River, if I remember correctly. And I think I have to go get metal pipes or something like that. So I may have to drag out a couple of other trucks. Why are you I have the trailer attached, bro. Can you not see? What? I don't understand. Yes. And that's almost literal, like with some of the road trains that they have down in Australia. That's practically literal. Give them 40 acres. It'd take about 40 acres, especially some of the ones they pull around out of the mines and stuff like that. They've got like 12 or 15 trailers on them or something, and it practically takes them 40 acres to turn that thing around. Now, last time I looked at one of the trucks that was pulling it, it looked like it was a Kenworth truck that was pulling that thing. I did not pull trains. I wanted to, but I had some limitations, and I just couldn't spend that far or that long away from home because of kids and other obligations. So, yeah. But I did pull things sort of like this, like with this trailer. So like, I had that plus a truck that had a dump body on it, and I would pull those around, which made it grand amounts of fun. But some of those guys down there could actually take like a 2 or 3 trailer road train and actually turn that, like back it up, turn it and back it up. It was some of those folks down there were very, very skilled, for sure. I think I'm gonna knock some of these little things off. Probably should have brought one of the smaller trucks that had a better turning radius on it. But you want to know something? I think we can make it fit. As long as we don't take out like a wall or something, the hotel should be fine. There we go. Got that one done. Okay, so the drilling site. Deliver to the drilling site. We are going to... Okay, so first thing we're going to do is go get some fuel in this bad boy. And then we need to go get some metal beams. Now, I can't pull metal beams with this truck. And I'm going to need 2 metal beams, so that means I'm going to need a trailer and a truck with flatbeds, or at least yeah. So I'm going to need, yeah, I'm going to need at least a truck and a trailer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and move this truck. Actually, you know what? I'm going to recover this truck back into here. Then I'm going to grab this one or this one here. I need one that's going to have the crane on it. No. Let me see, customize real quick. What engine have we got in this? We don't have that yet. What engine do we have in this one? We still haven't found that Westline V6 2350 turbo. Disappointing. That one we can't put a crane on, I don't think. No, we can't put anything on this except for what it's got. This one, what have we got in here? Well, we apparently have the top tier in this. Got 74 gallons of fuel. It does have the crane, it does have the body, and yeah, I think we'll take this one. So let's leave, and I think we do have a connector under there. Looks like we do. Okay. Feels so strange having a truck with a body like this on it with the tires so far forward. It just feels weird. So what I can do is I can drag this with me. Well, that's not what we wanted to do. Okay, I'm not going to be able to attach this. So that means that we are limited on what we can pull. So that means we have only one choice. This one. It's the only choice we have, because this is the only one that has the connector far enough back that I can put something on this, connect the trailer to it. How rude is that? Although I guess I could have checked to see if we... I know that this one can pull one of those, so we need to go get metal beams. Hold that thought for just a second. Where are we getting metal beams from? I think we get the metal beams from Town Center? Yes. If I remember right, we get them there. Alright, let's go. Let's go get the beams. I'm going to take the... We have a trailer in town, and it has bricks on it. So I'm going to take the bricks out of it, and I'm going to use that trailer to carry the beams. Pick that up. I mean, this is a good little truck. Don't get me wrong. It really is a good little truck. I'd love to use the BM17 or something else, but I just don't. Apparently because you can't. Really? Okay, thank you. Apparently because you can't, they just don't have that kind of connector on the back. May have to try it with, I mean, I think they do if you take, like, if you put the body on but without the crane, I think you can connect them. Yeah, they call them chooks. Yeah, the chickens, they call them chooks down in Australia. Not really sure where they got that from, but, you know, here's what it is. Okie dokie. Alright, so we need to get the metal beams. I'm going to go ahead and pop this into a higher gear because we literally are going right by a fuel station on our way to pick this stuff up. And I guess I could have brought this one up to do the trailers, but this little dude, like, it pulls pretty good, but the P16 just, I mean, it just, yeah, it doesn't have a problem doing anything really when it, I mean, you can't really carry anything on it. You have to, well, I mean, you have to, like, if I want to pull, um, two metal beams over to the drill site, I would have still had to get my, there is a fuel station literally right there, and I'm about to pass it. Silly, silly, silly boy. Um, I would have had to bring a crane truck no matter what. So I would have had it. I would have had to stop at a trailer store, got a trailer for it, and then brought a crane truck with me. So just makes sense to bring a crane truck, and yeah. Although maybe they could have loaded two of the metal beams on that. I don't know. All right, so there's the trailer I was talking about. Now I think I unpacked the cargo on this. Apparently not. So let me pull back and let's attach the trailer. Nope, it is unpacked. Cool. So detach it. Let's move forward. And what we want to do is I want to go over there. Wait, no. No, a crane will not. There's only two things that can go on the crane. I mean, sorry, on the crane. Jesus. There's only two things that you can attach. Let's remove the cargo from this. Alright, so there's only two things that you can put on the P16. A high saddle and a logging trailer attachment. That's it. Didn't need that sign anyway. So, unfortunately, there's literally nothing else you can put on. I don't know why they did that. Like, I'm pretty sure that the P16 could carry a lot of other things besides that. Wait, what? Alright, so metal beams, and then load the trailer with metal beams. 2 metal beams. Yay! Let's go get this drill site. Apparently they need it really badly over there. think I have got the raised suspension on this truck, but it still seems pretty stable. The White Western Star, I thought it was really stable too, and it is kind of stable, but it does get a little tricky when you got a full load of logs on it, like medium logs. That thing bounces and wobbles from side to side and all kinds of nifty stuff. Although it could have been the broke suspension and the flat tire. That could have been it. Yeah, I hope they're paying good for this. I'm going to drag a drill over yonder. Boy. Bouncy, bounce, bounce. Let's just put the all-wheel drive in. Nope, don't need anything at the sawmill, thank you. That tree was not there the last. Is that a tree? Yeah, that's a tree. Okay. Get up the hill, boy. Thank you. This reminds me of riding some of the back roads down around Mississippi with all the bumps. Holy cow. Actually, I could drive through my pasture and have less bumps. Well, except for down in the gully. That might have more bumps than this. Twing, twang, twang, twing. Now, I know I need the high saddle to move that over there. I brought that over here from the factory and just left it sitting there because I knew eventually I would need it over here. And I had the P16 over there anyhow, so I was like, well, you know, might as well do it. And I did. P16 pulled that one, no problem. Alright, whoa, 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 where are you going, boy? Dang. Getting all kinds of crazy up in here. Please move your, what? Oh, that's in the construction area. Well, that's not good. Okay, so it's in, okay. So we're going to turn this off. Oh boy. That is part of the drill site stuff that you got to do. I can't remember exactly what it was called. Okay, so I'm going to have to go back to the garage. Yay. And I've got to get a truck to pull that trailer. Now I could pull it with this one. No, it's fine. Fine. Perfectly fine. Alright, let's go get this. So I've got to go up to the drill site. Let me look real quick. So the best and easiest way to get to the drill site would be to go up here, here, grab a tad bit of fuel, here, there, there. There, I fixed that road and then go and grab our trailer that I left sitting over there and didn't realize I left it sitting in the wrong freaking spot. Oopsies. Oh well, it is what it is. It's fun to get the P16 out. I do like this truck. I don't know why. I guess just the way it looks. It looks tough. Looks like it doesn't take any crap. So I do like getting Grizzly out and letting it do its thing. What is that over there? Oh, that's right. There's more metal beams you can get from over there. Never mind. So many just random rocks everywhere. Yeah, it's kind of blunt and in your face. So, yeah, I guess that'd be a bit like me. Fortunately, we're not going to have to make a big roundabout to get to the drill site. So it's pretty straightforward. I don't know about unstoppable. I have had this stop before. Well, let me rephrase that. It didn't really stop. It was more like slowed to a crawl. Because on my other save, I decided that when I was doing it, when I was doing the... See, I didn't know about the little crossover that Mr. Stu showed us. I didn't know about it at the time. So when I picked up that trailer at the factory, I think it's him. When I picked the trailer up from here at the factory, so that trailer that's sitting at the drill site that I'm about to go move was sitting over here at the factory. And I didn't want to drive all the way back down through here and all around through here just to go this way. So I thought to myself, you know what? If I go this way, it's almost a straight shot. Like I said, right there. I took the P16 across here. It worked. It just took a little while. Just a little while. Yep. Takes a while to turn. But then I realized that you could literally come, where is it? Yeah, you come from the factory, come down here, go this way, and then you could turn here, go across here, and then drive across here and back over. Something like that. Yeah, something like that. That's how I think I got there. But yeah, it took a little while to get across the that stretch where you can't repair the bridge. It took a little while to get across it, but we did eventually get there. And then good old P16, it just kept chugging along, no problem. And didn't, like, the river was running and everything. The river, it wasn't even bothered. It was just like, what's going on? I don't understand. I thought I was supposed to take this somewhere. Was I supposed to take this somewhere? Wasn't? I thought I was supposed to take that trailer somewhere. Maybe not. Okay. Well, you had Snuffy out the other night when we were helping you on, well, when me and Mr. Stu were helping you on on Black River get the logs. I brought Grizzly, and yeah, he kept up with y'all pretty decently. So he did pretty good, I thought. Anyway. I honestly think they should have started that bridge way further back than they actually did. Like, the bridge should have started somewhere right up in here, I think. That would have made more sense. But, you know, whatever. Okay, so, wait. What? It's going to take up that much space? Wow, okay. I almost had it outside of the area. Okay. Alright, let me back under this one. And attach the trailer. And no, some of them don't make a whole lot of sense sometimes. Yes, that's a very large trailer. Well, I mean, it's not too bad. I've hauled oversized loads about like this, so it's alright. Are we gonna hit that? No, not yet. We'll get there in a second though. We'll hit the other trailer in a second, I think. So let's move this out of the way. Well and truly out the way. Way over here out the way. That way I know for a fact that there's not going to be an issue. Okay, now what we'll do is we'll stop the engine on this. We will change trailers. We will then go into cargo management. Wait, what? Are you freaking kidding me? Hang on a minute. Change trucks. No, we need to move this a little bit further. Alright, let's see if we can do this. Oh, don't you do it. Don't you do it. Alright, so if we put this about there-ish, that should work, right? Yep, that works. Alright, let's detach. Hit on over here. Because I think I left a scout trailer over here. No, it would actually be a bit more stable than that. And you wouldn't really, I mean, they make this look a lot worse than it is, but if you had a drill site like this, I can guarantee you that, that there wouldn't be this much mud around it. I can promise you that. Well, there might be, but you would have mats laying around. Mats like hardwood mats. If you look up hardwood mats, you should be able to find. Let's see, did I connect to that trailer? Yes. Come here, trailer. Oh, this is probably not going to go well. Worked pretty good. Yeah. That'll work. It's out of the way. But there's hardwood mats that you would put down in areas like this because you don't want the equipment that you're bringing in to tip over. So you wouldn't leave rutted crap like this everywhere, because you've got, especially if you're doing a drill site, you bring an oil rig, like a land rig in here, there is no way in the world that you're going to have this kind of crap that they got to pull through. you're going to have mats to the location that you want it put in. And I mean, that's literally, I mean, we have a company. They're super heavy duty pallet looking mats. And that, I mean, that's like one of the places down here where I live. Their main thing is purely making hardwood mats. That's all they make. And there's a specific reason for that, you know. Because like when they're putting in like new power lines, like power lines, not these small ones like this, but the big ones, like, you know, the really super big ones, like especially like those. Most of the time when you see them running out there, what you'll see them doing is they'll have a tracked vehicle, and it will have there'll be like a crane or a oh, what's it called? There's another. It's a crane, but it's like a wheeled crane or something like that. But they'll have a tracked vehicle go in there, um, and they'll have some of them have tracked cranes as well, and they'll have it loaded with those mats, and then that tracked crane will be laying those mats so that the trucks with the rubber tires can move over the track, like that track that they're making, in order for them not to bog down. Because the last thing you need is for a heavy freaking truck and trailer coming down through there and having to get something, equipment down there to try to drag it out. Because I can tell you that right now, that would be excessively expensive. I'm sure Mr. Stew. What? What Oh, for frick's sake. How many vehicles are in the freaking construction area, people? Alright. Close that. Detach. It's basically it is. That's basically exactly what it is. It's a heavy duty wooden road. And it's only there long enough for them to be able to get their equipment down in there, do what they need to do, and then get it out. And then they'll lift the mats up, put them back on flatbed trucks, and they'll move that to the next job. So there's a lot of people that like power companies and stuff that will rent the mats. So they'll rent them, keep them for a certain amount of time, and then they'll send them back, basically. Just all a matter of what they want. Some of them will rent them, some of them will buy them. It kind of depends on the job, if you know what I'm saying. Like, you know, if the job's gonna, if it's gonna be something they're gonna be doing a lot of, they may just buy them. If they're only doing a job for, say, they got subcontracted to do some work for a power company, they may only rent them for a certain amount of time, and then have the trucks come back and get them and take them back to the location where they were gotten from. No, those are never left permanently on site. Like on any of the sites that they're working with, they don't leave them on site. They might leave them at, say, the electric company or wherever, you know, the place that has rented or bought them. They might leave them there, but they're not going to leave them as a road per se, if you know what I'm saying. They're not going to leave them on the job site because that's something that just doesn't happen. They won't do it. I've delivered mats like that before to literal places where they drill sites and stuff like that. Because I pulled flatbed, and yeah, pull those mats down to those locations. I've actually gone out onto job sites with them before so that they could lift them off and make a freaking road. So yeah, it's just something that, well, basically it works, if you know what I'm saying. Okay, now I think we have everything out of this freaking area now. Oh my God, finally, holy doodle. Like they needed all that room for that. Are you freaking kidding me? Okay, so now I have to deliver an oil rig drill. Let me move this truck out of the way. And I'm going to put this. I don't know what else we're going to have to get. I know at some point that trailer has to go in. So I think we're going to put this up here. Like a little king of the mountain type of thingy. And if we flip it, whatever. Alright, that should work. So we're going to stop the engine on that one. And then we have to go pick up the drill. Okay, fine. Like it's like literally right across the yard, dude. Seriously. Alright, let's detach the trailer. Alright, now, where do we have to go? What is this? I think we have to go here. Yeah, we have to go to Smithville Dam. So what I'm going to do is we'll go back here. I'm going to recover back to the garage. I'm going to retain that. I'm then going to retain that one. I think I'll go ahead and retain that one too. Then what we'll do is we'll go here, we'll go to global map, we'll pop over to Smithville. Now I think we have to go to the service hub here to get the drill. I think that's right. Yes, yes, that's what we have to do. Excellent. It's, I mean, I'll be honest with you. I don't think it's anything personally. I think it's something they just made up because to me, it doesn't look like anything I've seen go into a drill rig. In saying that, it could have been a generator room. It could be a, with the piping and stuff that was coming out of it. It could have been a mud room. It could have been a lot of different things. Or made to look like a lot of different things, I should say. All right, so we need to bring that out. Okay. And then we're going to go here. And then we're going to leave the garage. Now, I think there's a trailer. There should be a trailer store here. And what we're going to do is we're going to stop here. And we're going to get a trailer. No, no. I think that might be it. That's got 6 slots. And it's got fuel, and it's got, okay, hang on. Now that is a super heavy semi-trailer. That's a little long. Okay, so what we might do is we might grab that one. With 6 slots, that should hold, and it will give me fuel. I think we'll use this one. I think that should be enough room to put it on there. I think. We're about to find out. Oh, okay. It does work. As long as I got a trailer on. I think that should be enough room for a freaking drill. I don't think they made this particular area for large trucks or large trailers. Let's see here. I think. Let's see if we can't make that swing. Looks like we'll make it. Yep. We'll make it at the end, yes. Okay. Okay, so we needed 5 slots. We've got 5 slots. Sweet. Load that bad boy. And there you go. There is the drill. Technically, that's the drill head. It's not all the additional stuff, but yeah. Glad it fit on the trailer. Driving like what all day? What? I'm so confused. Alright, we got a drill. Now we just got to get it back to the drill site in Black River. It worked. I'm very happy about that. I thought about going the 6 slaughter, but I was like, we probably don't need it. We shouldn't need fuel. So yeah. That's why I didn't get the 6 slaughter. And they really did not make these roads wide enough to get a swing to do this, but whatever. Now, I will say I haven't been on some of the backwoods roads of Michigan, but I would have assumed that even if this is a 53-foot trailer, there would have been enough room for you to swing at least a 48-footer. Because most roads were made for like 48-foot trailers. Like you can go to some of the truck stops now and you can see where some of the older truck stops, they're actually set up for trucks with 48-foot trailers. You get a 53-foot trailer, and then you suddenly find out that a 53-foot trailer and the newer trucks don't actually fit very well. So most of the parking spaces aren't large enough for them, which I find somewhat hilarious, trying to figure in another 5 foot or so. Yeah, we already know where we're at. Thank you. Why'd you put... I really don't like it when it does that. Yeah, chill out with the music, bro. It does that every time, and it doesn't matter what I turn off, it still does that. I have no idea why, but it is. That's the way it is. Yep, this is where I need to go. And that's the drill site over yonder. But you see, it doesn't go like the P16 is not very fast. It does not go fast at all. Insane that. Where are we? We is hither. So I think we might swing out here and then come this way. Otherwise, we'll have to do the curve thing here and then try to get this way, which is a royal pain. I mean, it looks like it's about the same distance. Actually, this might be a bit shorter. Yeah. So, we're going to have to make the swing to get on this road. And of course, they put concrete blocks right there, naturally. No, fast is not always a good thing. Especially when you're coming down hills. That can be bad if you're going too fast down a hill. Especially if your brakes are questionable. Now, I've never tried that. I guess I could go straight across there. What do you think? Maybe we should just go straight across down there? Right through there? I don't know if I've got enough turning room through some of that, though. And I don't have my I don't have my... If we get too deep... Really? I mean, really? You piece of crap. I did not hit it that freaking hard. Holy dooly, bro. I now have a flat tire on the front. And I've screwed up my suspension. What in the frig, man? This has got to be the stupidest crap I've ever seen in my lifetime. Look at that. Look. I've broken over half my suspension and blown a tire. That has to be like the weakest tires I've ever seen in my life. Holy crap. Of course, that means we're going to use more fuel now because the suspension's busted. And what happened to you? What happened to the bumper? Seriously? Ugh. This game sometimes just does some seriously redonkulous stuff. Where's the turn? I think it's right up here. It's fine. We'll recover. I wanted to drive across all of that, though. I think we could have made it across there with a wheel that wasn't flat. Yeah, I think we could have made it across, but not with a messed up front wheel. We'll have to stick to the road. Poor Grizzly. Sorry about that, dude, but seriously, who would have thought hitting that barrier at like 5 miles an hour was going to blow a freaking tire and screw up a suspension that bad. Alright, now we need to get it wide, thank you. No. I'm not going to, no, because this is literally all the way at the top of the, oh wow, this has really screwed up the steering. This is literally almost at the top of the map. Yeah, this is where we are. And there's a garage. Nope. We will deliver this bad boy with broke tire. Oh, it's fine. perfectly. We're in the home stretch now anyway. All we gotta do is get down this road, and that's where the drill site is, right there. Yeah, like literally you're having to go all the way back. And it's just like, nope, not doing that. Unfortunately, I mean, I could have put a service body on something and run it out there, but I've probably been better off bringing it from Smithville down to get there, to be quite honest. But like I said, we are literally right here, so we're just going to make this happen. Deliver this lovely thing. I think we'll have to move that trailer, so that's not a big deal. And I don't think there's going to be anything left on this map after that, if I recall correctly. So we'll recover this truck and that one. And then we'll move them all to Smithville Dam. Or we'll move to Smithville Dam, I should say. Well, there's the drilling platform. Yes and no. That's a really good horn, by the way. All right, so let's see here. First of all, this is metal. You're not going to cross strap over metal. You're not going to cross strap over the actual like protective areas. You would be using places like where you see, yeah, you see this piece of, let me grab my, there we go. You see, okay, so right here, see if I can move this a little bit. Up, wrong direction. Now, me personally, I would have brought my strap over this area. There wouldn't have been none of this crossy stuff. Back up a little bit. This makes sense. This right here, no. Absolutely freaking no. No. There would have been a chain going that way and a separate chain going that way. Two different chains. Don't know how much this weighs, but you want two different chains. And then on the back, see, no, wouldn't have done this either. Depending on the weight, I would have had one going this way and one going that way. And then I would have had another chain probably right up in here going back. And then another strap right through here, another strap through here. Anywhere that there's not actual operating machinery. You do not want to get on the operating part of the machinery because you could damage the machinery. And I don't know how much that drill would cost, but I'm not one wanting to pay for it. So, and if you can strap down areas like right here and right here and right there and through this little spot right, whoops, through that little spot right there, this is attached to this, and you can see how many places it's attached. So that top part's not going anywhere. I mean, literally all the bolts and welds and everything else would have to fall apart for this thing to go anywhere. This is piping. You never put straps over piping whatsoever because you could bend that pipe. Bend the pipe, screw the equipment up. Not something that you're supposed to do. That's a no-no. And considering that pipe is attached to something which looks like a portion of the drill component area, yeah, not a good idea. This right here, this is sort of a boring unit right here. You don't want to bend that because there might be a piston in there. Don't want to bend it. Bad idea. Protective area here. Why are you cross strapping it? That makes no sense. Why did you not just put one right through there and there and there and there, plus your chains? No. So whoever did that job right there, I would tell them to go back, undo every single bit of it, and try again, because it's wrong. That's a no-no. You don't do stuff like that, especially with equipment that is going to be pretty costly. Nope, not playing that game. Drill delivered. Okay, so we need to bring this over here. I can delete trailers, I guess. And there is a trailer store not far from where I'm at. Let's move this over here. Because I think this is going to take the whole trailer if I remember correctly. So let's detach the trailer. Take a minute to back this one up. We're going at Mach speed here, people. Like Mockingjay. Like, it's a joke. We are not going at Mach speed. Poor tire. It's terrible. I feel sorry for Grizzly. But he's still doing a job. He's making it happen. Like, yeah, whatever. We can still make this happen. It's cool. Get the trailer on there. Let's go forward. Forward. Thank you. And then we're going to go this way. And we're going to hit that. We're going to break the other tire, which, of course, why not? I mean, we broke one tire already. Why not break the other one? It's fine. See, it still doesn't make a lot of sense to me, though. Because, like, with the way that looked, you would have thought, you know, that... God, I love that horn. You would have thought that it would have, like, it wouldn't have just put those stupid little walls around it. It would have created a mudroom or something like that. But there's no mudroom that I can see. There's, you know, I don't know. It's weird. So like I said, I think they just threw that particular trailer in there just for something to do. Because you don't see any part of it up there. Like literally, there's no part of that trailer up there. And that was all one unit. So that doesn't make a lot of sense. Okay. Let me... Grizzly's job is done. Now, let's have a quick look here. If I recall correctly, there is nothing left on this. Yep, that one's that way. Wet harvest. Yeah, I can do that later. And winter stores? What is... Okay, winter stores is obviously in Smithville. What about this one? Still River Supplies. Fuel carrier trailer? Okay, it's that one. I knew that trailer had to go somewhere. That's why I was looking at it kind of sideways. Okay, so that's that. What is this? That is over in Smithville. So we have Still River Supplies that we have left. We'll go ahead and activate that. We have Wet Harvest. So we'll accept that one. Winter Stores is in Smithville. Maintenance trailer to Smithville Dam. Okay, whatever. So that's done. Oh, whoop, what? No, no, stop. Okay. And then there's no, we're not doing any of the contest. And that's in Smithville. So we have the wet harvest and the other one to do here. That's the only thing we have left on this map. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to call it there. I did what I wanted to do. We have the drill site done. I'll probably do the wet harvest and the other one here on Black River, offline, off stream, so that I can get that done. And then we're just going to pack up the whole mess, and we're going to move the Smithville Dam, and we're going to figure out what we're supposed to do for there because, well, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do over there. Because I haven't actually, like, even on my other save, I haven't really done that much of Smithville Dam. Black River, I think Black River is I don't know yet, Miss Money. I'll have to think on that one. Um, I think Black River, I don't, did I complete it on my other one or not? I think I have finally, no, I can't remember if Black River has been completed on my other save or not. Hmm, I have to go look at some point. But right now, I gotta get Grizzly fixed. I gotta get these trailers back, sell them off, and then I have to work on these other things I've got to do. But I'm not doing that tonight. I got a couple other things I need to do, a couple other things I need to check out. So for now, I'm gonna head off. Uh, I'm I'll probably either try to stream tomorrow night or Sunday. I think. I don't know what I'm gonna stream at this point, but I'm probably gonna try one of those. Well, I'm probably gonna try to stream one of those days. So you guys take care, and we will catch up with you later. Hope you have a wonderful night and take care of yourselves. Thanks for being here. I'll be there shortly. Thank you, ma'am. Talk to you guys later. Ta for now.